Greetings of the day. Today, I hope you all are fine there. We are also fine here. So now we are going to discuss NCERT chapter of science, that is chapter 12, friction. We have already studied about friction in force and pressure chapter also. But now we are going to learn more detail about the friction chapter. So before starting a chapter, I want you to think about these questions which I am going to tell you. The first question, why after applying brake cycle stop? It's very simple. You will say, ma'am, because brakes are there. That's why it gets stopped. But why? What is the reason? We will find out the reason in this chapter. Second question, why we slip on banana peel? We all know that banana peel is very slippery. But why it is slippery? Okay, the reason we have to find it. Next, why we are not able to write on smooth paper? If you see the greeting card paper or any of the smooth paper, it is very hard for us to write with a pencil or any of the pen. Then what is the reason behind that? Next, why we cannot hold a glass firmly when our hands are oily? If I will tell you, take a glass with an oily hand, so what you will say, no ma'am, it will slip. Then why it will slip? Next, why are shoes worn out after some time? You buy a new shoes and after buying it, when you start wearing it, after some time they worn out. What is the reason behind that? So in this chapter we are going to discuss about all these reasons and you will get to know that what actually friction is. Now, what is friction actually? It is the type of force which opposes motion. Friction is the type of force which opposes motion. Like if I am moving forward, that means friction is that force which is opposing me. That means मुझे पीछे धकेल रहा है वो, ठीक है? It is that force. So remember, friction always opposes the motion of the body, or you can say force which we apply. So if I am moving forward, that means the friction will be backward. Okay, if I am moving from left to right, that means the friction will be right to left. It is always in the opposite direction. Okay, so it is opposite to that of the applied force. Wherever I am applying the force, it is always in the opposite direction. If I am pushing this blackboard that side, that means forward, in the forward direction, that means friction will be in the backward direction. So every time remember that whatever the motion of the body or wherever the force is applied, the friction will be in the opposite direction. Now after this, after the definition of the friction, still we are confused what is friction. Now let me tell you what is friction. First, for knowing more about friction, we should know what is the cause of friction, why friction is happening. Okay, so there are two causes. First is the irregularity on two surfaces. See, the interaction of two surfaces is very important. If I tell you to rub your both hands like this, so you will feel like you will feel hot. Why you are feeling hot? You are feeling hot because of the friction produced by the two surfaces. And those two surfaces is, one is your hand, one surface, and this is the second hand, second surface. And there are so many irregularities, and due to that irregularities you are able to feel the hotness. And so there are two reasons. First, irregularity between two surfaces and interaction between two surfaces. If I am keeping my hand like this, so I am not feeling any hotness. Why? Because there is no interaction. I have to interact both the hands. Okay, so interaction is very important, as well as what is important, as well as irregularity is very important. So both the things are very important. Okay. So cause of friction happen because of two things. First, the interaction between two surfaces, and second, the irregularities of the surface. Now we will understand more deeply that how the friction is caused. Now see, the surface are of two types. First, rough surface, and second is smooth surface. Now what is rough surface? When there is irregularity in the surface, that is known as rough surface. So now what happened when the friction force applied to any object? How this happened? See, if I am going to take one box which is irregular in shape, from the surface, and I am taking the other box which is also irregular from the surface. Now if I am going to put it like this both box, okay, interaction is happening. So now what is going to happen? These if you see these irregularity, okay, these are going to lock, these humps are going to lock in these depressions, okay, these humps are going to lock in these depressions, okay, like this, like if one is irregular and other is also irregular, so they are locking each other, so locking is happening, okay, and if the locking is happening, that means there is large friction, because the more the locking, that means there is more the opposing force, and that opposing force is known as frictional force or friction. So now if you understand, the rough surface is causing more locking, that means more friction. So that's why whenever there is a rough surface, remember the friction will be more. So why friction is happening? Friction is happening because of irregularity, and that irregularity creating a locking which is enabling the object to move forward or backward or wherever the force is applied. Now what is happening in smooth surface? See, this object I have taken, this box I have taken, it is having a smooth surface, it is not having any irregularity, and the other surface I have taken, it is having some irregularity. Now I want to lock it, I am locking it. So now what is going to happen? The locking is not happening because these humps will not going to lock in the depression, because there is no depression, okay. डिप्रेशन मीन्स जो आपका वहाँ पे डिप्रेशन हो रखे हैं, गड्ढे हो रखे हैं, उसमें नहीं जाके वो लॉक नहीं कर पा रहा है. So there is no locking, and when there is no locking, that means there is no friction, or you can say less friction, very less friction. In the same way, both the surface are smooth, okay, both the object surface are smooth. So what is going to happen? They are going to slide, okay, they are not going to lock with each other, and when there is no locking, that means there is less friction. So remember, in rough surface there is more friction, and in the smooth surface there is less friction. Now the question comes that where the friction is useful to us and where it is not useful to us. So we are going to discuss this, that how in our daily life friction is useful as well as it is not useful. So see, we can say advantage or desirable friction. Desirable friction which we actually need in our daily life, which are actually essential for our daily life. Okay, so like grooves of tires. You must have seen all the tires in the vehicle, even in the bicycles, even in the car and all the vehicles. They have grooves. Why they have grooves? Grooves are there so that the locking will be more with the surface of the road. Okay, when the locking will be more with the surface of the road, then there will be no slipping of the vehicle. There will be no slippery nahi hogi vehicle, and it will move properly. Now second is clips on sport shoes, or you can say spikes. Okay, in your sport shoes, football shoes, you must have seen the spikes. Why those spikes are there? So that they increase the friction by locking with the surface of the ground, and when they are locking with the surface of the ground, that means they are increasing the friction, they are making it more rough. Okay, the more the roughness, the more the friction. So same with this is happening even in your school shoes also. If you see, so there are some design pattern. Actually that design pattern is not for designing purpose, okay, and or to look it more attractive. It is because to increase the friction of the shoes, okay, so that it will increase the roughness and it will increase the friction, and it can lock the surface of the shoes with the surface of the road. Then last, rough sandpaper. Rough sandpaper, okay, it is used to smoothen the wood or something, so that it will what happens when the two rough surface are going to rub, we are going to rub, then there will be then it will create a smooth surface. Next, desirable friction. That means those friction which are not good for us and we don't want them, okay, but they already exist. Like automobile parts or machine parts begin to degrade, okay, after some time. You must have seen you must have seen grinder or anything, okay, like that, or any machine in the industry. You must have seen that after some time they start misbehaving or they just degrade, वो खराब हो जाती है. Why this happen? This is happening because of the friction, okay, and we don't want that. Second, sole of our shoes wear out. After some time your sole wear out, okay, sole of the shoes. Why it is happening? Same with, because of the friction, because the surface of the shoes as well as the surface of the road are just in interaction, and due to the frictional force it just wore out. Now, how in these cases, in undesirable friction cases or disadvantages of the friction, how we can reduce friction? Okay, so there are two methods to reduce friction. First method is lubricants. Okay, we can use the lubricant, like just see, this is the rough surface of one object, this is the rough surface of another object, and now I am taking a oil lubricant, any oil I am taking, and I am just putting it here. Okay, I am just putting it here. So then I have put this oil here, so it filled in between the roughness, okay, those irregularity is just fill itself in between them, and when it fills in between them, then now the one surface is smooth enough and the other is irregular, so there will be no locking. And if there will be no locking, or you can say less locking, that means there will be less friction, so we will be not having any problem like undesirable friction in this. Okay, second is wheel. It's very hard for a person to push a box, okay, but if we put a rollers on this box at the bottom of the box, then it will become very easy. Okay, so why the rollers or wheels creating less friction, or you can say it is making our task easy? Why? Because what is happening, decrease locking time by changing its position. See, when I am locking it, and this is a surface of road, okay, or any floor, so now as soon as it is trying to lock itself, ये जैसे अपने आप को लॉक करने वाला होता है, as soon as it is trying to lock itself, it just move to other place. Okay, so locking is not happening because it is not getting that much time to lock itself with the surface. So same, it is moving, so continuously it is changing the time period or the position, due to which the locking is not happening, and due to which the friction is applied very less. So students, we have already discussed about the disadvantages and advantages of friction, and where it is essential and where it is not essential. So now you are able to answer all the questions which I have asked you in the starting of this class, that what all things comes in our mind, and those questions which we are not able to answer now, most probably everybody of you can answer. So now let's switch to the another topic of friction, that is a type of friction. There are three types of frictions. Okay, the first is static friction. Let me give you an example of static friction. Like this duster is there on my hand. Okay, now it is in rest. Okay, when the object is in rest position and we just try to push it, or we put some force on it. Okay, pushing and pulling is force. So if we are just trying to give any force, so at that moment when the object is at rest, that time the friction is static friction. Static means rest. Remember everything, every time static means rest. So whatever if the object, one object is in rest and the other one is applying some force, so the frictional force which applied to that object will be the static frictional force. That means static force. Okay, so what is static force? Force required to overcome friction at the instant an object start moving from rest. मतलब उस moment पे when the object start, just at that point when the object start from the rest position to the it started moving, that time which force is applied? Static force is applied. Now one more thing, the second frictional force which we are going to talk about, sliding friction. Now after we have applied a force, now it will start moving. Okay, it will start moving on the a sliding. See, this is a slider. Whenever there is a sliding, okay, so that force known as sliding frictional force, or we can say the friction is there is the sliding friction. You must have seen the sliders, okay, in playground. So those sliders are having which friction? Sliding friction. And most probably many of the time you must have seen when anybody want to put some thing from one place to another, they put a slider, okay, and then they just put it in that slider and everything will go. So why? Because sliding friction is less than the static friction. Remember, sliding friction is very less than the static friction. Then what is sliding friction of? Friction created by two objects sliding against each other. When the friction is created by two objects, when they are sliding with each other, these are sliding with each other, that is known as sliding friction. Now the third friction is rolling friction. Okay, rolling means the wheel, as we have already put the wheel, I have told you to reduce the friction. In the same way, in the rolling friction, we put a rollers. Okay, rollers means wheel. So like this, I am putting these chalk, these are in roll, okay, wheel form. And now see, it is very easy for me to move this, okay, very easy. Even in the skating, rollers are used. Okay, so remember, what is rolling friction? Rolling friction, whenever we use a roller or whenever we use some kind of wheel, frictional force that occur when one object rolls on another. This is the one object and it is rolling on the surface of my hand. So the frictional force which is acting here is the rolling friction. Remember, and it is very less, it is very smooth to move this. There is no hindrance, I can move it very easily. So now remember one thing, that the frictional force, static friction is having lots of friction in it. Sliding friction is having less friction than static friction. And the rolling friction which we actually use in our daily life during skating and trolley and all, you must have seen the rollers. Okay, that is because the rolling friction is very less. Because why it is less? The reason behind it, because it is not giving the locking time to it. See, it is not giving. As soon as it is going to lock with my hand surface, okay, it is moving forward. So it is not giving that much time to lock itself. Okay, so that is the reason rolling friction is very less as compared to both the friction. So now we will discuss. Now see, we were talking about solids right now. We were just, I have given you example of duster which is solid. Okay, so we are talking about solid. Now, can it is possible that liquid and gas also have friction? So the answer is yes. Gas and liquid. Anything fluid. Fluid means anything which can flow. That is called fluid. Okay, and in fluid, what can flow? Gas can flow and liquid can flow. Okay, both the things can flow. So those comes in fluid. So yes, that fluid also exerts some friction, and that friction is termed as drag. Okay, we called it drag. D-R-A-G, drag. The frictional force exerted by a fluid, whatever the frictional force exerted by a fluid, that is called drag. If you are a good swimmer and if you swim also, so you must have experienced some force from the water. Okay, so that force, that frictional force which is exerted by the water on your body, that is called fluid. That is called drag, I am sorry, that is called drag. Okay, and it is exerted by a fluid. Now, reduction of drag. How can we reduce drag? Okay, you must have seen that while swimming, people used to do this. Okay, so what is the reason why they make themselves in a streamlined structure? Okay, the reason behind that, because when we have a streamlined structure, it is very easy to overcome drag. Okay, it's very easy to cut the drag. Okay, we can cut the friction. So how we can reduce the drag? By having a streamlined structure. And in our daily life, you can see so many animals and who are having streamlined body, like fish. Okay, fish is having streamlined streamlined body, so that it can reduce the drag of sea water. Okay. Even birds are also having the what streamlined body which reduce the drag. So now the thing comes, after seeing all these things, okay, and after putting the logic, human also started making things in a streamline so that we can reduce the drag. That means we can reduce the friction of fluid. How? They make boat. Boat is in streamline. If you see the ship and all, so you will see it is streamline. Okay, from the front it is the streamline. It is having streamline shape. So that is because to reduce the drag. Even the aeroplane is having streamline. Same, to reduce the drag. So see, from the nature also we have experienced and we have thought these things. Okay, so now your friction chapter is finished, and one question for all of you, that why the rolling friction is less than the sliding friction. Please give the reason to me, write down the reason and send it to me in WhatsApp. Okay, everybody, thank you.